was like, oh yes, Cassava. Hello and welcome to Miranda, to the third part of Morning Glory. The theme is breakfast. For this one I'll be making a Mexican inspired breakfast. For my first episode with the pancakes, just click here. And for the second episode with the cherry bagel parfait, click here, and to subscribe, click here. Okay, so today I'm making a Mexican inspired breakfast. It's not like the breakfast that you'd have had in Mexico City. It's not like meant to be authentic Mexican breakfast, but it's just kind of my take on an English breakfast with kind of a bit of a Mexican twist. So you want like boiling water, really well salted because it needs a lot of salt. Probably similar amount as you have with pasta, as salty as the Mediterranean Sea. So you're going to shove your cassava in. This is going to take quite a while to boil. It's quite a tough vegetable, it's very hard, so it'll take quite a long time to soften. And you want to boil it until it's starting to kind of go mushy and break apart, because we're going to make little hash brown potato cakes out of it. Okay, so for the salsa, I was kind of inspired by the kind of salsa you get with huevos rancheros, but I wanted to make mine kind of have a really smoky roasted flavour. And so what I've done is I've put all the ingredients for a salsa in this roasting dish. So we've got red onions, yellow and red peppers, chili flakes, paprika, smoked paprika, cayenne pepper, a little bit of hot chili sauce. You can use Tabasco or any kind of hot chili sauce. I've got like a habanero one in here. And also I've got garlic, but what I've done is I've cleverly hidden the garlic in these little tomato houses, and that's just because everything else is going to be fine roasting in there, but I don't want the garlic to burn or anything. So if you put this in about 180 degrees centigrade. Now we're going to make the guacamole for the next part of the breakfast. You want to make sure that you've got really ripe avocados, even if they're a little bit over. It's better to be a little bit over than a little bit under. I mean, it's not just the flavour, it's also the texture. You want to have that kind of mushy gooiness, so it's kind of breaking down a little bit. Limes wise, lots and lots of lime. I mean, it's not just great for preventing scurvy, it has other uses too in a guacamole, because I'd say I put in at least one lime per avocado. Basically is a natural preservative. In there is going red onion, little bits of cherry tomatoes. Some people do or don't put cherry tomatoes in their guacamole, but I like it. Some coriander, and also some paprika, sweet paprika, and green habanero sauce. So I think you can get green Tabasco as well, so any kind of like green sauce. A little bit of that in. Spice, seasoning. Full flavour behaviour. So we've got some really like nice colours going on there and a nice fresh flavour. And it's got like lovely creamy flavour. Just gonna get last little bits of those. Squeeze those limes all their way. Like some sort of lime. So, I've got the cassava in here. Drain this bad boy off. It's time for the elbow grease. Give it a really good mash. And then you want to have the triple threat of sweet paprika, smoky paprika, bit of cayenne, pepper. Really good mash up. So I've got my smooshed up cassava in here. So basically I'm getting a couple of spoons, doing a bit of quenelle. It's just basically like scooping from spoon to spoon. Drop that in your flour. Just going to coat it in the flour just to help because it's quite a sticky mix. Roll them around in there. And form it into a little patty. It's already cooked. So you just want to kind of brown it off. Be careful when you're doing this because it's dangerous. So now for the refried beans section of the breakfast. So simple to cook. Sorry El Del Paso, but they are. This is my basic way of doing them. Make sure you have got tinned beans, because you want to use, not only do you want to use the water as well as the beans, but also they're going to be really soft and have a really high water content, so they'll break down nice and easy. Best ones to use are black beans and pinto beans, and that gives you the most like rich dark flavour. But today I've got red kidney beans and butter beans, so any beans you can get your hands on. We want a little bit of vegetable oil in the bottom. And in there I am going to put about 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of coriander powder, 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. So we're going for a real warmth here. You want to put in your beans. So don't drain your beans. Beans as well as their water in the pan. So this is going to take about 15 to 20 minutes, and at the beginning you end up with a lot of water, but eventually the water will come off. The beans will break down and you can start kind of mashing them. Okay, so while our refried beans are bubbling away, get your roasted salsa. You want to get that all in here. Okay, back to the good old 80s blender. But I make them like they used to. Next, got a little squeezy bottle. You can use any squeezy bottle, ketchup. This is a garlic sauce one. It's basically just so that you can kind of like squeeze it on to our taco bowl. So I've got my refried beans here. They've been cooked down now, and they've got like a nice kind of sticky, claggy texture. Got my lovely taco bowl here. I baked in the oven in a Pyrex dish with a bit of oil, and I've got 2 poached eggs, and about to plate up. So we're going with the refried beans inside your taco bowl. Ooh. There's always one, isn't there? Then there's going with your guacamole, your 2 poached eggs. This is quite like a protein-rich breakfast. Hash browns in there, little cassava hash browns. And then the salsa I made earlier on that decanted into this little sauce bowl. And then finish up with a little squeeze of lime and a bit of coriander. And there we go, Mexican-inspired breakfast. Oh my god. Oh, so good.